Can't stay at home, can't stay in school. Old folks say you poor little fool. Oh. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and there I was last night scrolling through Netflix, and I kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and every single category on Netflix has every single movie. Well, it's always the same movies in the different categories, and it's like, where are the other movies? I know you have more movies to offer than these same 5 movies that I don't own. And I'm not really into watching the Netflix original movies. I want to watch movies that, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. But what we're going to talk about is The Runaways from 2010, directed by whatever the hell her name is. Some music video director, okay? And, she's directed a lot of music videos, so it kind of, she has the credentials to direct this type of movie. But here's the funny thing, all right? Well, we're going to tell you a funny thing about this director before we get started with this movie. They are the director of 2020's The Turning, which is supposedly, and, it's not supposedly, it's absolute garbage. But this movie, for what it is not absolute garbage. So we're going to talk about it. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to get sued for that. Anyway, so this movie came out back when I worked at Blockbuster, and I remember looking at the case thinking, I should rent this, but for some reason I never did rent it, even though I was a big fan of Dakota Fanning. Ever since I saw her in War of the Worlds, I kept seeing her in like little independent films. Like there's a movie called Hound Dog where she's trying to get Elvis Presley tickets and then something happened. We won't have to get into that. But she's always given a strong performance. Like started out as a child giving strong performances and moved into a teen giving strong performances. And then now, I don't know what the hell she's doing. She's just living her life, I guess. But this movie, it also stars Kristen Stewart, and Kristen Stewart plays Joan Jett. And I must say, like a lot of you Kristen Stewart haters out there, if you have not seen this movie and you want to talk about how I guess she is kind of the same blasé kind of person in this movie, I guess she's basically playing herself. Her and Joan Jett got a lot in common. They're both very blasé, but no, seriously, her performance in this movie just proves that she's not just Bella from Twilight. And then again, any movie you watch with her in it will prove that she's not just Bella from Twilight. Now, I know she was just in that god-awful attempt at a Charlie's Angels movie, but, I'm a fan of Kristen Stewart, and I will defend her. Not the Twilight movies, though. I will not defend those. But yeah, you've got Kristen Stewart, who, pretty much gives an amazing performance when it's not Twilight. Then you got Dakota Fanning, who always gives an amazing performance. And it's about how these two, meet, because Dakota Fanning plays Cherie. Is it Cherie? It's Cherie something or other. And, she's 15. She's in 10th grade. We meet her, and she's doing a lip sync thing for her talent show at school. And everybody boos her off the stage and throws stuff at her. And then you see Joan Jett. Joan wants to start an all-girl rock band. She wants to make music history. And then she comes across Kim, played by one of the most underrated actors working today, Michael Shannon. And Kim is a music producer. But the funny thing is, like, when you first meet him, you think, this guy's just stringing these girls along, He's not on the up and up. But turns out he is on the up and up, even though he kind of does some stuff to dick him over or whatever. But, I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't alive back then. But this is back when, The Rock was starting to get harder. The hair was getting longer and bigger. And you know, probably the best, you know, time for music in history. You know, a time that I damn sure wish I could have lived through. But no, I gotta be stuck with this fucking pop bullshit and this goddamn trap rap that you fucking dumbass kids be listening to these days. What the fuck is wrong with you? Go back and listen to some fucking real music. Speaking of real music, the fucking soundtrack for this movie is absolutely phenomenal. Now, it's no Dazed and Confused soundtrack or Forrest Gump soundtrack, but it's damn good. There's a lot of, like, Runaways songs, and then there's, you know, just stuff that was relevant at the time, and then there's even, like, a scene where they're playing Starry, Starry Night, and I guess it was, because, yeah, Scout Taylor Thompson, for all you fucking Halloween fans, she's in this movie, and she plays Lita Ford. And if there was a gripe I have with this movie, that's it, okay? Because first of all, Scout Taylor Thompson, yeah, she had a good scene in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 when Annie died. I liked that. It made me cry. It was like, it's very emotionally charged. But then in this movie, it was just her being Laurie when she was, fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Because that's all she does in this movie. And sure, that might be how Lita Ford was back in the 70s. I don't know. But that's not all she was. She was just somebody in the background to go, fuck you! Because that's all she does. She's in the background the majority of the movie, and then when she does get a line, it's usually her telling one of the other bandmates, fuck you, because later on, once they form the band and get things going, Cherie starts getting all the attention because she's the lead singer. You know, typically, the lead singer is the front runner of the band. Unless you've got some kind of ungodly guitarist, and then maybe they'll be the center of attention. But no, I mean, it goes without saying, you are the lead singer of the band. Without you, there is just a band. Yeah. So they're all getting jealous because, you know, this Japanese magazine comes to her house and takes all of her pictures and all this stuff. But yeah, it's just basically, it's a biographical docudrama about the Runaways and how they came to be and, you know, their journey as a band. And then, you know, it culminates to them breaking up and then Joan Jett going and forming Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. But like I said, the performance in this movie are really good, except some of the, you know, band members in the back, they don't get any screen time. I can't talk. Point of the story is there's the only problem I really have with the movie is they focus a little too much on Joan Jett and Cherie, and you don't really get to know or see any of the other band members. And there is like a little bit of backstory and like, you know, development with Cherie and her sister. But the other thing, you don't really see where the hell Joan Jett comes from. Joan Jett just was already, you know, I guess ran away from home. Her father was a drunk. You know, she didn't have anybody. But yeah, I mean, these kids were having rough times, and what they did, they took that music. But yeah, the movie's basically about, you know, the struggle of being a rock star, and then, you know, once you become the rock star, the struggle of not burning out on it. Because, believe it or not, you can get burnt out on being a rock star. I mean, I wouldn't know because I'm not a rock star, but you gotta imagine, you know, you constantly have people fucking aggravating you and chasing you down. It's gotta, you know, get old after a while. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this movie to your attention because it flew under my radar all those years ago, and I rectified the situation last night. And if you like rock music, if you like, you know, strong female performances, and kick-ass music, because that's the thing, you know, we got Lady Gaga, but other than that, who the fuck do we have now that kicks ass? You could say that one band, and you know what I'm thinking, what the fuck, Hailstorm, but fuck that band, you know what I mean? They're no Runaways. Oh my God, I didn't even rate it. We can flip-flop these, we'll flip-flop it. Okay, so before I go, I'm going to give a rating to the movie. We're going to put a number on it. It's a measly old 7 out of 10. It's definitely worth a watch. Definitely probably worth owning, but it's not something I'd watch on repeat. It's not as good as some other bio rock dramas or whatever, but for what it is, it's damn good. Considering what else this director has directed, they did a damn fine job with this movie. And now you can go do all that stuff that I mentioned previously. So, yeah. Bye! Anyway, let me know if you've seen this movie down in the comments section down below. What did you think? Also, what did you think? Am I getting better? I don't know. Also, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And then you can consider helping me out on Patreon so that I can get better equipment so that I don't have to fucking go through a living hell like you should have seen before I even got this fucking video started. I was about to make a fucking rant video about how I can't fucking do this anymore. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the near future because I got another movie that I might pop out.